Hello everybody, welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. Picking up where we left off, we're heading to the northwest, I think, section of the map, right? That's...
Wanna bet we're gonna run into a bunch of angry remnant?
Yep. I wonder if remnant get cranky.
So yeah, I popped over here to get a forward station up and running. Just in the area. Where the fuck did it go? Over there. And I actually missed that showed up. Because, you know, we were heading close to it anyway, so I figured I would pop over and get it. Because while we don't have any quests that take place in the Remnant thing here yet, but we will get some later, so I figured I may as well pick it up now, so that we can just fast travel to it after. Once we actually do pick up quests, because I think that we get some when we actually get into the... Actually, come think of it, have I scanned one of these yet? It's an echidna, eh? I mean, it's not quite an echidna, it's rather big, and it's kind of weird that they, you know, like an echidna is a real thing, so it's kind of weird that they named it that, you know. Alright, let's see. Can I actually interact with this? I cannot. That's about right. Ah, here it is. There should just be a box. There we go. And it's blue. Good. There we go. Alright. I would have grabbed that too before I started recording, but like I said, I didn't actually notice it when I was driving by. So yeah, I don't remember which quest it is we're going for, because I'm pretty sure that there's a plant one, a mineral one up here, and I think there's 3 up in this corner of the map, but I don't remember which. I think those 2 are one, but I don't remember what the 3rd one is. I don't think it's... I was going to say it could... it could be the medical supplies, maybe. I don't know. Not really sure where they are. I guess I can always just fucking look. So yeah, it's a long drive, which is why... Scanner anomaly... Okay, so no, that's an Angaran relic. There's only 2, and then there's a mineral one up here. Alright. A long fucking drive here, but that's fine. Gives us some time to chat. How's it been going? How you guys all doing? Good, good. I've been playing some Assassin's Creed 3. The remastered one. Pretty fucking good, like I remember it. The combat's great. The notoriety system is fucking doo-doo, though. I had,
He's already a nickname.
No shit. What's it short for?
Pelisaria Basale.
Ah, PB it is.
Huh. But yeah, the notoriety system, absolute trash like I remember it being. I didn't quite remember when I started playing why I knew, but like why it was garbage, but I remember that it was garbage, and that's because you're locked when you're, so like it's colonial America and you have Boston, New York, and the frontier. I think that's the only 3 locations. I don't think you get to any more. They're all rather large though, so while you might think, oh, only 3 locations, like yeah, but they're big locations. But like when you're out in the frontier, except in areas where there are no patrols or soldiers, you are locked to 1 notoriety. Notoriety? Notoriety? Notoriety. I think it's notoriety, but either way, doesn't matter. Sucks no matter how you pronounce it. But you're locked to 1 notoriety, and the way that it works in that game is if you have 1 notoriety, then they immediately start to investigate you upon sight. Like just with 1 notoriety, it's not that they notice you more, it's that they immediately start to investigate you as soon as you're as soon as they see you, which means that every patrol that you pass by in the frontier, and like it wouldn't be quite so bad except for how fast their detection thing goes up. Like when they see you, like, well, for example, right, like there'll be a patrol, I'll be riding from A to B on a horse, right? Not doing anything, just riding my horse from point A to point B. And that is the extent of what I'm doing, right? I'm just going to place like another marker just past it so that I know which one I'm aiming for here. So yeah, all I'm doing is going from A to B. And I can't ride my horse past a patrol without them attacking me. Now, granted, if I'm riding my horse, I can just get past them. I mean, they don't aim and shoot fast enough that I need to worry about it. But, like, if I'm going from A to B, and I pass by a patrol close to B, close to where I'm going, then I'm probably going to have to fight them. Like, it's, if you watch Zero Punctuation, he has a phrase for stealth games called the cock-up cascade, which is pretty much every stealth game has it, where you get detected and therefore you have to do this, which then causes this, and then you have to do this and it causes this, and basically you may as well restart at that point if you're trying to be stealthy. Obviously with Assassin's Creed 3, there's no point, because it's probably the least stealthy of the games, which is weird, but it's basically because of the notoriety system. Because, like, obviously there's no real less stealth than there is in any of the other games. I mean, like, it's not like... Ow, fucking... Then get out of it. Jesus Christ. Alright. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, Jesus fuck. Oh, it didn't actually. But anyway, yeah. It's like, that one is especially bad for it, though. Now, thankfully, when you're in the frontier, where you're locked to one, odds are, or for the most part, you are just locked to one. Like, you can't raise your notoriety at all. Or at least not easily. While you're in the frontier, so I mean, it's not horrible. Like, it's not like every group that you pass by is attack on site, which is what happens when you have... Oh, what the fuck? How the hell did I not get that? That's... Alright. Oh, whatever. I don't know how I missed that. Which is what happens, I think, when you get level 2. Or no, 3 is attack on site, and yeah, I think there's 3 levels. You have 1 which is investigate on site, which means that they are immediately suspicious of you just as soon as they see you, which is really shitty. I mean, you are playing as like a native character, and because of the times I could maybe see, I mean, to be fair, it's not even that really. Like, you're wearing assassin's robes. Now, granted, you're fighting the British, and the assassins haven't been really active in the colony, so, I mean, they would really have no reason to be suspicious of anybody wearing assassin's robes.
Nice to see you don't pull your shots when we're fighting your precious remnant.
It does make more sense that, you know, the heavily armed Connor, you know, draws suspicion, but... I mean, out in the frontier, pretty much everybody, I imagine, carried a weapon of some kind. Oops. You know, with all the wild animals and such. Oh, God. I imagine that, you know, weapons were common. So that doesn't really make sense. It would make more sense if you were locked to one within the cities, but then that would be even worse gameplay-wise. It is just a really weird design choice. And I don't know why they would do it. I really don't. Because, like, it's really shitty. I mean, like, I understand the need for a notoriety system, but, like, none of the games before that were that bad. Like, that's... And to be fair, they got rid of that also after that in 4, but also in 4. And I'm not sure if it was in Rogue as well. It was definitely in 4, though, where, medical supplies found 2 of 3. I feel like I may have picked that one up twice then. I think I may have just found a bug in that quest line. Because that doesn't really make sense. Anyway, we'll head up to this forward operating station. And then go to this one, I guess, because this is the new Tachanka yet. I guess we may as well just clear these out then, eh? So we'll head there, and then we'll head to this plant sample, since that's our last one. Get those, hop over to there, then we'll head up here to circle around. Because like I said, I do want to head to New Tachanka last, so. But yeah, it's just like, it's really weird, it's really shitty. I mean, it takes, like, once you're in the city, if you do end up with level 1 notoriety, it takes nothing for you to hit 3 and have a street full of dead people, because like the combat in 3 is probably the easiest combat out of all the Assassin's Creed games, I would say. I mean, I guess 3, 4, and Rogue were more or less the same combat. Which is, to be fair, the best combat, in my opinion. I also don't include anything after what came out on the 360. Like, I'm not talking about any of those, because those are so different that, like, they'd be completely different category. Like, if I ever compare Assassin's Creed games, I generally don't think of Rogue and earlier and Unity and later as the same thing. Like, I'll compare Unity, Syndicate, I guess, probably like Unity and Syndicate together, and I would compare Origins and Odyssey, and I would compare everything before any of those games to each other, but I wouldn't compare them within each other because they're so different. Like, to be fair, because like, and the reason why I don't include Unity and Syndicate and any of the other ones is because they're in like this weird middle ground between what Origins was and what Rogue was. I mean, and it's the same as like, I wouldn't compare Assassin's Creed China, India, or Russia to anything but each other. Like, because once again, they're so different from each other, and like, you might think that like Unity and Syndicate aren't that different from the ones that came before it, or you know, the ones that, or Origins and Odyssey, but I mean, they are super fucking different. Also, my marker fell off of that for some reason. It's weird.
Life support is back online.
Or wait, or did I fucking, no, I just missed it. All right, I need to go to the right. This way. But yeah, they are very, very fucking different. So yeah, like, I don't like comparing them to each other. But yeah, like, out of like the Rogue and earlier ones, I would say 3 had the best combat out of all of them. I probably enjoyed the story of Revelations more than the rest. It wasn't so much that like the rest of them didn't have as good a story. It's just like, I feel like
Scavenger tech ahead.
Revelations ended, which, to be fair, I say that, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much without like the other Ezio games. I feel like because of the other Ezio games, the way that they did Revelations to end his storyline was just very well done. Like, I just feel like they did, like, so, you know, that's like my favorite storyline, kind of. And then, yeah, 3 is my favorite combat. My favorite, like, general gameplay, though, is probably Brotherhood. Like, with, it's like putting everything together. Brotherhood is my favorite.
Automated forward station deployment.
Because that had, like, in my opinion, anyway, the best dealing with, like, being an assassin mentor, like, training up your other assassins and that. And, like, I realized that there wasn't a whole lot to do with them. And I know that you did get to do a little bit more with them in Revelations, but you know, that's story-based, you know. And I didn't really like the locking them in the tower, or, like, locking the towers with them and whatnot. Like, there was just, like, a little something about the way that you dealt with your assassin recruits in Revelations that I feel wasn't just quite as good. Like, I loved the fact that, like, you had missions to train with them. Like, that was great. But yeah, there was definitely something about it that just seemed to take away from it somehow.
Activating automated
And,
forward station deployment.
Okay, where are we heading next? Okay, we're heading to the docks. But yeah, like number 1 was good. It was a good intro, but I feel like it lacked in, well, as you can imagine, because of when it came out, I feel like it was lacking in everything when compared to the ones that came out after it. Like, the story was good, but it wasn't fantastic. You know, like, the combat was I didn't really care for the combat in it. Like, it wasn't very fast combat in that, and, you know, with the limited amount of stealth options that you had in it.
We got targets.
Because, like, until you got to...
Nice work.
Well, it was, like, Unity, wasn't it? Was the first one where you had, like, what most stealth games are nowadays, you know? With, like, you crouch and, like, you hide behind cover and that, like... Because, like, the other Assassin's Creed games... Like, granted, I know that in real life... you wouldn't be crouching behind a wall to be stealthy. Because while the person you're following may not find you or may not notice you, I feel like it would draw attention from everybody else around you, which is something that generally gets ignored in games. And even if it doesn't, people like might mention it, but you know, they won't obviously do anything about it. What is this? Oh, there's a guy here. The Vagabonds. Another one. How are these stasis lockers getting off the Ark? Oh, who cares? My people are here. They're alive. That means my clan too. We'll all be back together soon. I suppose it's not technically salvage, since we bought this locker from a freelancer we found wandering out here, pulling a sled full of finds. A strange fellow, human, but always wears a breather mask or helmet, even in atmosphere. He says his name is Baxter, I think. It's hard to tell when he mutters. Marcus says we could use more help. Caitlin doesn't want to keep Baxter around, but Marcus says he can butter her up. Dairy products now? Mammalian courtship is so odd. All right.
You've got to wonder how all these personal lockers got off the Solarian Ark.
Someone could have popped a hole in the hull, but nah, doesn't seem likely.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't remember the Solarian Ark
Pathfinder, my sensors
quest
read
line.
Andromeda plants.
Another eidetic trigger, Sam?
Nope, no. There we go.
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
Yeah, there we go. Shotgun the fuck out of that thing. You know what, while we're in here, I will switch to this, but I doubt that I'll need it. But yeah, like, and then like 2 was pretty fucking good for Assassin's Creed. Just mainly because of Ezio,
Gathered
really.
sufficient samples for Dr. Camden to continue his work, forwarding the results.
Good. Now he can keep up with his gardening.
Botany.
Same thing.
It really is. But yeah, it was just like Ezio was such a good character, you know? And then, yeah, Brotherhood was just a continuation of 2, obviously, and it still had Ezio, so the character, and he was still Ezio, so he was still good. The setting, that was great. I did, and then, like I said, Revelations was really good. I really liked exploring Constantinople. It may be my favorite city that we've explored in Assassin's Creed, like individual city. Granted, it was also the entire map, so you know, wasn't right. Like, I don't think there really was anything else but Constantinople, or was it Istanbul then? I don't remember. Either way, I gotta make sure I'm heading to the right one. I am good. Oh, the other one's down there. What the fuck? Oh, that's a... Wait, am I heading to another memory trigger? Look at that. Jesus Christ, they're all over the bloody place. I kind of assumed that one of them would be in New Chichanka, but whatever. And then, yeah, 3, story-wise, 3 was lacking, and I don't really care for Connor as a person. And then we had Black Flag, which was really good. I really enjoyed the ship stuff in that, but it had too many follow the target missions for my liking. Like, without that, it would have been a much better game, but you just had so many missions where it was follow the target. And, well, this is really weird. And Rogue was almost, like, obviously story-wise, I really like Shay. I think that was his name. In Rogue. I really liked him as a character.
Ambient temperature is normal.
But like gameplay wise, it was pretty much identical to Black Flag with like a few minor differences. I feel like the upgrade system was worse in Rogue, but I am not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time remembering why it was.
Memory array remains locked.
Why I felt it was worse. It was like when I started up Assassin's Creed 3 again. It's like I know the notoriety system is bad, but I don't remember why. And it's the same thing with that. It's like I remember that the upgrade system for your ship was worse, and I don't remember why. I think maybe your last because like I don't remember how you got your final upgrades in Black Flag and Rogue. I know that in at least one of them you had to find blueprints. I'm gonna circle around to see if I can get it, but I feel like that's gonna be in New Tuchanka and not out here. Like you had to find blueprints, which were like little like areas that you went to, and they were like little puzzles that you had to puzzles. I mean, like Assassin's Creed puzzles, so it's like figure out where to jump and where to go. Pathfinding, I guess, was
detect above normal temperatures.
Look
I
ahead.
guess is what it would be.
The scavengers dug into the sand.
There we go. And I think this might actually be the final memory trigger.
Looks like that was another memory gate, Sam.
And the last. However, a deeper level of encryption is in place. Unfortunately, the conditions to unlock it haven't yet been satisfied.
Well, let me know when that changes. No telling what Dad was up to.
Alright. But yeah, oh, and then what? Oh no, I guess that was just the DLC for Black Flag is what I was thinking of. It was decent. Its upgrade system was really weird. It wasn't a very long DLC though, so it's hard to say that it was like bad. Because like the way that you did that is you played as Adewale, and the way that you upgraded everything was just based on how many slaves you had freed.
Heat levels increasing.
Which seemed really tedious at first, but if you just push through the game until you get to the point where you can take down slave ships and rescue everybody on that, then that's 100 slaves per ship, and it takes you no time whatsoever to just finish upgrading everything. Like you just go hunting for slave ships and you're fucking golden. Okay, so that's all that. So we'll head all the way over here next.
Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder.
So yeah, like, I mean, I love like all the old Assassin's Creed.
What's the worst trouble you've ever been in?
And going
Jack?
back, because like I played the Ezio trilogy obviously in videos.
You've been alive 1400
And then I
years,
played
and this is the
Liberation, one of
worst?
my favorite one, probably my second favorite Assassin's Creed. It's a real shame that it was just an arcade title, so it was like a lot shorter. And now playing Assassin's Creed 3, like I kind of forgot just how good they were. I may actually finish fucking Unity after I'm done Assassin's Creed 3. Like, I haven't played Unity in so long. I made it... I feel like I'm almost done it. Like, I'm definitely closer to the end than I should be for having stopped playing it, but you could also... But I tend to do that a lot. Like, I get close to the end, and then there's, like, just certain things that I either have to do or want to do, and it's just, like, not quite working out for me or something, and I give up. Like Final Fantasy 15 is the same way. Like, I'm fairly... Like, I'm really close to the end of that. Like, I've defeated the Adamantoids. I haven't finished the last boss, though. But yeah, like, I've done a lot of, like, end game stuff already in it, and I just haven't finished it, and then now I haven't played it in so long. Like, indefinitely way too long, but that's because I do believe I want to blame that one on achievements or something that I'm trying to get. Because I think that there's just, like, a lot of, like, grinding certain things out or something that I need to do to get some achievements. Which is why I never finished it. Because whatever I needed to do for them was like really tedious or something. So I just kind of lost interest as I was doing it. But yeah, that one in like Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. That one as well. Like, I don't know how close. I don't think I'm very close to the end of that one. I think I might be about at the halfway mark, maybe a little bit over the halfway mark. But that one has more to do with just like the story, not really getting sucked in by the story. Like, I think the only reason I made it that far was because the gameplay, like the gameplay was so good. But like the story itself is really like dumb in my opinion. I mean, I realize I could be eviscerated for calling anything that, whatever the fuck his name is who makes all those weird games, calling it shit. But I mean, I don't know. I think I talked about this before, where it's just the supernatural stuff. I don't know. I feel like there's either too much supernatural stuff or not enough, you know? Like, it's like a weird amount of supernatural. I feel like I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, so like I've been fucking enjoying Assassin's Creed 3 anyway. I haven't done very much in it, you know. But I've been enjoying it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to play after I finish it. I mean, that's still probably quite a ways off, unless after I'm done recording tonight, and then I'll probably play it tomorrow night as well. On my days off there, we'll see how much I get done in it. But I doubt that it's going to be a huge amount. I don't remember exactly how long it took me. Or I don't really remember how long it took me to finish it last time. But odds are it was quite a while. Right. Let's see. Oh, whoops, missed. I love how they just don't care. Like this is technically stealth right now. You're firing a big ass gun, and just because it can one-shot them, it doesn't count as them or like they don't notice. Like, makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
It's got a blue light coming out of me for some reason. It's really odd, but whatever. All the remnant down without technically being detected, even though it makes no sense. It's a good thing that that gun is as powerful as it is. I say that, even though it makes no difference if that gun, if we had got detected or not, we still would have obviously annihilated, but you know. Same with like Persona 5 as well. Like I played that for so long, and then I don't know. Just there's generally a point in a game that I feel is the stopping point, you know? Where it's not that you finish the game, it's just like there's a point where something happens that makes you lose interest in it. Now the big worm should be out here somewhere. I don't think you ever deal with the worm. There it is. That's the worm they were talking about. I don't think you ever deal with it.
Damn.
Stasis pods from Ark Natanus.
Are any of them alive?
It's difficult to obtain a clear reading on all pods at once. You should investigate.
Oh. Did not realize I still had that gun out. Leg shot, dead. Okay, I definitely need to switch this. Alright, let's go kill these guys. Let's call out Zap here. Ow, 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 ow. Where the hell are you? Goodbye to you. Now, I know that there's something to do with the worm. Like, I think it chased you in your Nomad, but there's, like, some really weird thing you can do to not have it bother you or something. Oh, I actually am running out of ammo for this. Alright. Is it not? Ow, fucker.
No
Nice
life
work.
forms detected, Pathfinder.
Pods keep them from smelling.
Sam, we should have Mason's genetic profile in the initiative database. Let's check it against the pods.
Not Mason Barrow.
Who's Mason Barrow?
Reading negative.
This one's got power.
Oh, we're looking for the Turian Pathfinder. Alright.
Help me get it open.
Pathfinder, the body has no vitals.
Sam, check the pod's history.
According to the final log, this stasis pod was jettisoned from Ark Natanus.
Because of the Scourge?
The timeline doesn't match. This pod was ejected long after Natanus was reported missing.
We assumed the Ark was destroyed, but maybe it's intact. The crew could still be alive.
And dropping dead weight.
We should finish checking the pods for Mason, then report back to Avidus.
Okay. Boop. Boop.
Perhaps a distant cousin. Subject is a child.
Alright. Is that all the pods? Seems like it. Oh, there's ammo right there. Okay. That is, like, there's no more to that, right? Alright. Okay, so that'll be it for this part. Next part, we'll get our last mineral, hit up the last monolith and forward station, and then we'll head into the vault. We should be able to get all that done in one part. But that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Thursday for more.